EO New Delhi. Today we have with us Mr. Rajat Bhandari, who has been in EO New Delhi since 2018. An industrialist in a high-tech auto component industry, he's the boss man at Makino Auto Industries. To stay sane in this wild concrete jungle that we call Delhi, he has a wild side to his life. He is a wildlife and a wildlife photographer enthusiast who goes into the jungles to be in equilibrium with himself, the world and the wildlife. Welcome, Rajat.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me on the show. Thanks.
So, could you just tell us a little bit about your professional and personal journey?
Okay, so I'm an engineer and I love traveling, I love music, I love nature per se. Wildlife, of course, is a part of it. So while I was introduced very early on to the jungles, but I think a full-fledged journey started 2016 May when I visited Jim Corbett again as a photographer. And henceforth, I've been trying to go there every month, about 4 days a month. Jungles is a good place to kind of be at peace, where you're disconnected with technology, where you are in the middle of peace, nature, the sounds of nature, the birds, the jungles, the animals, the trees. I think it's purity there. It's kind of meditation for me. And just spending 4 days without technology, in complete silence, it's kind of I would say, a small, course in its own right. And when you come out of the jungle, it's so powerful, and you get clarity in a lot of areas which have been kind of on your mind for a very long time. The problems at work or personal, whatever it may be. But when you're silent for 4 days, you hardly speak like 10 sentences in 4 days. You come out with almost all the answers.
So very interesting. Who would you think is your wildlife muse?
Well, out of all the animals, I think my favorite is a tiger. So I think, yeah, these are my favorite places. And tiger and Jim Corbett with different backgrounds, I think that's my favorite. And a good picture typically is when the tiger is looking straight at you. And there comes a moment when the tiger is typically walking towards you. With all your big lenses, there comes a point where you run out of all the lenses and you can't shoot anymore. That's the time when you really look and have an eye contact with the tiger. It's really empowering. It was very simple for me. The kind of effects it had on me as a person helped me prioritize this passion first. And ultimately, I realized that the effects it has on me is, I have immense patience now, much more than what I had. I'm extremely happy. And, that helped me prioritize myself as a person.
So Rajat, do you think the genre of photography that you have chosen is pretty challenging vis-a-vis other genres?
Yes, it is. I think it's the most challenging genre of photography because nothing is in your control. The subject is not in your control, the light is not in your control. You get milliseconds to shoot a particular action sequence. You won't get a retake at any point. And also, we have to go through the elements of nature, starting with the coldest winter mornings, going to summer at 47 degrees. I think one of my pictures were kind of chosen for a wildlife coffee table book which came out by Jim Corbett, and I'm happy to be a part of that. This is the coffee table book that Jim Corbett came out with. This is the first coffee table book that was made by them, and one of the pictures that was selected was mine.
Oh
so
my
I'm
God,
happy to be a part.
As deep and as beautiful that it gets.
Thank you.
Very natural. And the coffee table book itself is a very chic coffee table book.
I think they've done an amazing job.
In fact, I have caught a couple of your videos on YouTube and they are just out of the world.
I think I was just lucky to be at the right place at the right time. I think this happened in Ranthambore last October. I happened to kind of cross a patch where a tiger had kind of held a wild boar and it was about to kill it. And instead of shooting photographs, I decided there was a lot of commotion, a lot of noise. So I thought I'll shoot a video. And as soon as I was shooting the fight of survival, I saw a crocodile that kind of came out of the water and tried to snatch the wild boar away from the tiger. I think that came into a natural history moment, if I may say so, because there's nothing like this that was ever recorded by anyone. And I was lucky enough to be the only person there. I put it up on YouTube and I think it has about 1.7 million hits till now. I think a few agencies have bought this video from me as well. So I think that was my claim to fame, if I may say so. Thanks to the EO MARCOM team for reaching out. I think it's a great acknowledgement for my passion. And I would like to ask everybody to participate in this. We all need something beyond money and power as a purpose of life and a meaning of life to continue. I would encourage all of you to participate. Thank you very much.